Whether he takes a joke or not is irrelevant. He took some bullets. How about that? Colbert is not losing anything.
TV in general is not doing well.
And he was warned, like all of them have been warned. They have to self-correct.
He cannot take a joke. I'm not going to start calling him the Orange Menace. He's supposed to take the hits.
You're only there because of Oprah. They're all just patting themselves on the back.
Talk about the left. They are fuming about Stephen Colbert being fired from The Late Show. And here we have Joy Behar falsely claiming he lost his job because President Trump got him to lose it.
You know, it's always been the role of the court jester to make fun of the king. Yeah. That is the role of comedians. I have said on this show, I think I said it years ago, when they start coming for the comedians, all bets are off. Mm-hmm. Because the king he's supposed to take the hits. Mm-hmm. And this guy has the skin thinner than, than this card. Mm-hmm. You know, he was insulted by Obama at the correspondence dinner that time, and he's such a vengeful guy that he went after Obama after that. He cannot take a joke. And that's what these guys are doing. And I love that they're all sticking together. I remember when Gilbert Gottfried got into trouble for making a joke. He got canned from Affleck. Yeah. The comedians all had his back. Right. And we will stand by the comedians. Come on. Yeah. And by the way, look at that. That's so cute. Yeah. And by the way, why is it, I think Jon Stewart said something like this, why is it that this guy can call any name he wants of anybody? Yeah. Little Marco, this one's stupid, that one's an idiot. We're not allowed to say anything like that on this show in particular. And I accept that, and I respect that. I'm not going to start calling him the Orange Menace, even if that's what he is. But I'm just saying, he can do it, but we can't. Well, that's not going to work.
A bunch of soy boy comedians, and she's sitting up there with her old rotten carrot top head. She's talking about a bunch of the comedians came out to so-called support Stephen Colbert because he's getting fired. And so they're trying to show their support. And it's not even, all those people that were sitting up there aren't even funny. Shelley, what are your thoughts on this?
No, they're not really all that funny. And neither is Joy. I mean, Joy's just funny just because she's Joy. Okay.
Look at it. Yeah, she's funny looking.
But what it is, basically, it's people that make, a couple of $1 million, these elite comedians. They are so full of themselves and they think they're funny, but then they go and rah for their other, $40 million boy. They're not losing anything. The only thing Colbert is losing is an audience, if you will, a studio audience that really can't leave, if you will, because they're kind of there for the time being to do the claps, and you get the monitor that says clap and stand and all that stuff. I mean, he's not funny. I thought his monologue was funny the other night. That's probably one of many that I've seen, and I don't even watch him that much. Nevertheless, they're all just patting themselves on the back. These elitists with their fake tears, whatever. I don't care, whatever. Colbert is not losing anything, okay? Believe you me, he's not losing anything. He might be embarrassed a little bit because his show is going to go off the air. Nobody cares about them. This is just all elite, again, pats on the back, elite supporting elites. They don't mean anything to the public at large.
Nicole, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, again, they're trying to push this idea that President Trump got him fired when the show wasn't doing well.
Well, not only was the show not doing well, their station is not doing well. Mm-hmm. So they have to self-correct. And he was warned, like all of them have been warned. Joy even says it in her little spiel that she just did. We were all warned. We have to stop doing this. And if you don't, you will get fired. Just like at my job, I can't go in and slap the hell out of one of the doctors and expect to be gainfully employed, sometime next year. Are you serious? Everybody has to dance for their boss to some degree, even if you fancy yourself an elitist with mediocre jokes. She talks about Trump not taking a joke. Trump was dishing out jokes. He's been roasted repeatedly. He was at the Catholic Charities dinner. He's done more opportunities for people to riff and rip on him than any other president in this nation's history. Yep. He, however, is a New Yorker. If you come for him, you better come correct. Joy's not ready for that smoke. I tell her right now, she want to start calling names. She just as orange as he is. He's got better hair than she do every day of the week. Every day. He can buy and sell her broke ass many times over. So she should watch her language when it comes to Donald Trump. She really should.
Oh, yeah. Yana, what are your thoughts there?
Well, she's just pushing this idea that the Democrats have been pushing, that under Trump, we live under dictatorship, that Trump can just call as a network and get somebody fired. Like, stop it. No, we don't live in North Korea. It doesn't happen. The supreme leader does not call a station, a television station, and says this guy needs to be fired. No, it doesn't happen like that. Stop it with this propaganda. And The View is just a propaganda of the left, and they're just going to push this ridiculous, crazy ideas. He was not funny. Right. And any kind of leftist comedian, if he is just purely left, he is not funny. Comedy is supposed to be edgy and unpredictable.
You're absolutely right. And here's a prime example. South Park. They just landed a $1.5 billion with a B dollar streaming deal with Paramount, which I believe is part of CBS. South Park, they are funny. It's not my cup of tea generally, but they don't cut cards. They talk about any and everybody across political aisles, across genders. Everyone gets it on South Park, and they're rewarded with it by this huge deal that they just landed. But not everybody is crying for Stephen Colbert. He basically said, I don't give a damn about Stephen Colbert.
I understand the emotional feelings, but I don't have an MBA, but he's not right that the merger, the $8 billion is based on reruns of a comedy show. No, people are buying the movies and the sitcoms and the sports. They're not based on reruns of us either. So I think he's wrong about that.
He's saying that it contributed to it.
He's saying it's all encompassing, the total package of it.
That already happened in the past. And he also acknowledged that these late night shows are what he called like a blockbuster kiosk inside a tower record. So the business is broken. And what no one seems to acknowledge is that the politics also changed. The business changed and so did the politics. And it got way more one-sided than anything Johnny Carson was ever doing. I think we should reflect on those changes as well. It's been a big shift culturally in that regard also.
I hear you, but I think many people feel there's another way to do it. You know, it's a very difficult position to be in, but to disagree with something that company's doing, but also still loving your job and loving what you do. I really feel for Stephen Colbert. I think
feel for the whole staff of both those shows and whatever comes next for everybody.
I do too.
I think people will miss those shows when they're gone.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
No doubt. And I don't believe that he's going anywhere when it comes to this industry. He's going to land somewhere for sure.
Kelly, what are your thoughts on that?
Ain't nobody gonna miss him. If they are so in love and so saddened that Colbert, why don't they all hire him to entertain them? I mean, hell, have your own. I mean, sir, have your own little elite party, your little exclusive party, and talk about Gail. How about another fake journalist? Yeah, she was a journalist maybe a long time ago with her friend Oprah. You're only there because of Oprah, okay?
Right.
Lick her boots, Oprah. So go ahead, Gail, somewhere else. And let me go back real quick to Joy. She's talking about President Trump not being able to take a joke. Well, guess what, Joy? He doesn't have to take a goddamn joke. I'm sorry. He took some bullets. How about that? That's more important. Whether he takes a joke or not is irrelevant. He took the bullets, and thankfully, thank the Lord, he's still standing. Go sit on that, Joy.
You're right. You are absolutely right. Nicole, what are your thoughts on that exchange on CBS?
You know, I think the gentleman who was talking hit the nail on the head. There is no taste for this anymore. Most people, when they get home, the last thing they want to hear is something one-sided when you're about to go to bed. You know what I mean? Most people are watching YouTube or one of their favorite shows. We have gotten so far away from the mainstream media being the center of American culture, and they just refuse to accept it. They just flatly don't want to accept that America has moved on. And he's saying that in the nicest words I've probably ever heard someone tell people, get the hell over yourself. It's not you anymore. You used to be the queen bee, but we've moved on. We have moved on. Late night hasn't been funny since David Letterman. It went straight downhill after Dave, straight downhill. Now, are there like hee moments every now and again? Absolutely. But this foolishness, like Yana said, to think that Donald Trump can pick up a phone and have someone snatched off TV, it wouldn't have been damn Colbert. He would have went Margaret Brennan. He would have went somebody who was at least, quote unquote, a serious journalist. What does he want with a Canadian comedian? The hell? This man has made his money. He's made his mark. He'll get a YouTube station, you know, and do a little riffing on Trump every now and again. So what? No one cares.
Right. The funniest thing I think he's ever done is to see him cry and whine about Trump. That's the only thing I think is funny. Yana, what are your thoughts on that exchange on CBS and Colbert?
I think they're just happy that they have jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Still,
Exactly.
I think it was just them saying, well, it's not us, so that's good. And I think TV in general is not doing well, so I think they might be worried about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely, folks. And that's why we're here. And so we appreciate your support. Continue watching us. We have several ways you can ask questions here. The super chats go a long way in helping us produce conservative content. So, put out those super chats ranging from bold and fiery to witty or faith-based, depending on your tone. Drop those super chats and subscribe.